Welcome back to Peak Mindset, the place where we silence doubt, build faith, and unlock the mindset that sets you free. Today we're talking about something every single person battles with: negative thinking. You know that voice that says you're not good enough? It's not going to work. You'll never break free. Well, today we're going to expose that voice, and more importantly, show you how to break the cycle once and for all. By the end of this session, you won't just hear motivation. You'll have tools to reset your thoughts, rebuild your confidence, and renew your mind so you can step into the life you were created to live. You can't fix what you won't face. You can't heal what you keep hiding. The first step in breaking the cycle of negative thinking is simply becoming aware that it's happening. Most of us live our lives on autopilot, rehearsing the same thoughts over and over again, without even realizing that we are programming our minds to accept those thoughts as truth. Think about it. Every day, without trying, you have thousands of thoughts, and many of them are recycled from yesterday. If yesterday's thoughts were filled with doubt, fear, comparison, and insecurity, then today's thoughts are simply a repeat of yesterday's script. And if you never stop to notice, you will live in a mental movie that you never auditioned for, one where the villain is your own inner voice. Awareness doesn't mean you magically fix it. Awareness means you start catching it. It's that moment when you hear yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," and instead of letting it pass, you pause and say, "Oh wait, why did I just think that?" It's when you hear yourself saying, "This will never change," and you step back to ask, "Who told me that?" Because so often the voice in your head doesn't even belong to you. It's an echo from the past. It's the residue of criticism. It's the leftover fragments of someone else's doubt that got planted in your soil, and now it keeps sprouting up in your thought patterns. Awareness says, "I see it now. I hear it now. And if I can see it, I can change it." Where your mind goes, your life follows. If you keep rehearsing defeat in your thoughts, don't be surprised when your steps feel heavy. If your thoughts are always circling around fear, don't be shocked when opportunities feel impossible. The future is shaped long before it ever shows up. It's being written in the language of your thoughts. Think of your thoughts as the steering wheel of your life. If your hands are locked on worry, you will steer yourself right into anxiety. If your grip is fear, you'll drive yourself straight into limitations. But when you shift your thoughts toward hope, possibility, and faith, you start steering yourself into new territory. Every invention, every breakthrough, every accomplishment in history started first as a thought. Someone dared to believe in a picture in their mind before it was ever visible in reality. In the same way, every limitation in life is reinforced by a thought that says, "This is all you'll ever be." Your future is hidden in the seed of your thoughts. You can't plant negativity and expect a harvest of joy. You can't plant doubt and expect confidence to grow. The mind is soil and the seed's you. So that will shape what tomorrow looks like. The problem is not just that we think negatively, it's that we think negatively repeatedly. And repetition creates reality. The mind doesn't stay empty. You can't just stop thinking negatively and expect silence to do the work. You have to replace the lies with truth. Imagine if your phone only ever played one playlist, the saddest, most discouraging songs on repeat. No matter how many times you hit pause, it starts playing again. The only way to change the soundtrack is to put new songs in the system. Your thoughts are the same way. You can't keep hitting pause on negative thinking without putting a new track of truth in its place. Every time a thought says, "You're not enough," you need to replace it with, "I am chosen. I am capable." When a stronger than I think. When a thought whispers, "This situation will never change," you replace it with, "Every season shifts and breakthrough is always possible." Replacement is active. It takes intention. It means filling your mind with truth until the lies have no room to breathe. And truth is not just positive thinking. Truth is declaring the reality of who you are, not who your fears say you are. The danger of lies is that they sound familiar. They disguise themselves as logic. They sound like your own voice, so you believe them without question. That's why the replacement process matters so much. You're not just saying words. You're rewiring the system. You're breaking the habit of rehearsing lies and creating a new habit of rehearsing truth. And the more you do it, the stronger it gets. Truth repeated creates a new rhythm for your mind. Not negative thoughts move in cycles. They don't just pop up, they circle. One negative thought breeds another, and soon you're caught in a loop you can't find your way out of. Negative thoughts. That's why you can't just wait for the cycle to end. You have to interrupt it. Think about a song that gets stuck in your head. The only way to get rid of it is to replace it with a different song. Your brain works the same way. When negative thoughts are looping, you need to interrupt them with something disruptive enough to shift the rhythm. This might mean speaking out loud when your mind is whispering. It might mean moving your body when your thoughts are paralyzing you. It might mean putting on music that lifts you instead of letting silence magnify your doubts. Interrupting the pattern isn't always about deep philosophy. It's about practical disruption. Because momentum works both ways. If you let negativity build momentum, it spirals down. But if you interrupt it quickly, you can create upward momentum toward hope, faith, and courage. So many people stay trapped because they think they have to wait until they feel different before they can think differently. The feelings follow thoughts, not the other way around. The moment you interrupt a thought, you begin shifting how you feel. The power is not in waiting, it's in acting. The cycle only continues if you let it run unchallenged. Words create worlds. Every word you speak has power, and the words you say about yourself have the greatest power of all. Negative thinking often starts silently, but it becomes loud when you start speaking it. How many times have you said out loud, "I'm so stupid, I'll never get this right. I'm always messing things up." Every time you speak those words, you are reinforcing the cycle. But when you learn to speak life over yourself, you start breaking that cycle and building a new one. Speaking life is not pretending everything is perfect. It's declaring what you want to see, even before you see it. It's saying, "I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm stronger today than I was yesterday." It's reminding yourself that progress is happening, even if perfection hasn't arrived. Words have a way of shaping perspective. When you declare life, you give your mind new instructions to follow. The same way a GPS responds to new directions, your mind responds to new declarations. Most of us are waiting for someone else to speak encouragement into us, but the truth is, you carry the power to speak over yourself. Don't wait for a friend, a coach, a mentor, or a boss to validate you before you validate yourself. Don't wait for someone else to say you can do it before you say it to yourself. Your own voice is the loudest in your life. If you want to break the cycle of negative thinking, it starts with learning how to use that voice to build, not to break. This expansion, around 930 plus words, covers all 5 keynotes in detail and fully styled for a Steven Furtick-like delivery. Do you want me to now stitch this into a full flowing script with intro plus these expanded keynotes, plus transitions, plus a powerful call to action close, so you have one seamless piece ready to deliver?